Alright folks, welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. My name is Drake, I am the Farming Aviator. It is the next day. That rain has kind of held off and isn't forecasted to get here till 6 p.m. tonight. So we are going to try and get that field seeded before then. Let's get to it. So let's hop in the T9 here and get hooked up to the Case IH seeder. Ooh, man. There we go. Didn't want to start on the first two. See, looks like we do need some fuel, but we should have plenty to get this field seeded. Let's pull over here. Our corn is just about ready. Not quite, just about ready. So this is the seeder we got. Nice big seed tender trailer. It can hold fertilizer too, solid fertilizer. I decided to go with the tracks just to minimize compaction. It did cost like another 20 grand more, but I think in the end it'll be worth it. Let's back up to this. I did get the 60-foot one. There's a 40-foot one, but I decided just to get the 60-foot one. It'll be a little bit better, a little bit wider, and then we have the horsepower to pull it, so why not go for the bigger one? So let's get over here in the yard. I got the seed tender trailer filled up last night with seed and fertilizer. This thing is actually full of seed already, so we just need to get the fertilizer filled up. Let's switch to the back one. There we go. Let's get this thing filled up. So I really like this seed tender trailer because it makes it a lot easier filling up equipment, especially like something like this where you have to get just in the right spot. So let's see here. Let's get the pipe out. I think I need to go to the second one. Let me see. Yep. So then I can move this thing. Get it in just the right spot. Alright, perfect. So guys, I'm going to head out to the field. We'll see you guys out there. Alright guys, so we made it out into the field here. Turn our flashers off. Let's get this thing unfolded. So this machine, we don't have the ability to direct drill, and so that's why we had to come out here, get this field cultivated up. Eventually we may upgrade to a seeder that can do that, but for now this is going to work great for what we're trying to do. Let's see. So I like doing the headlands first. So we're down on the west end. We're going to get this seeder going. Drop it down. Turn it on. Alright. So we get the headlands done, get the GPS set up. I'll see you guys when we're all set up. Alright, so we are in the field here. We got our second pass going. We are using a decent amount of fertilizer and seed here. So we'll probably have to go back and or have our helper bring out the seed tender truck. Probably what we'll do. We are using a decent amount of fertilizer. So if you look here, our nitrogen levels were still pretty low, 120 for most of it. We did have this one strip here where we were testing out the anhydrous where we didn't have the application rate up high enough, so that used quite a bit. So overall we won't use a whole lot, but it is targeting that 200 kilograms per hectare in the, I think in the loam. Ooh, I forgot to reset this. Hopefully that doesn't mess us up. I think we should be good. Alright, so we cleared our yield, so we should be good. I should reset values. I always forget to do that before we start the field, so it'll be just a little bit off, but that's fine. As long as we're hitting those nitrogen levels that we want. pH, I decided not to do any lime this year. We didn't have, it didn't drop down too low. See, most of them were at 6, 6.25, 6.5, all in that range, so it's still plenty high. The year after this, we'll have to do that though, so. So, I'm going to get a little time lapse for you guys. Enjoy. Guys, so you can see we're getting close to running out of fertilizer here, only 20%. We'll probably be able to make another pass down and back, maybe, we'll see. Partially that's because, you know, this is the only round of fertilizer we're putting down. Planting soybeans definitely helped to increase the nitrogen level, so we'll keep looking to keep that in rotation. So far, you know, I really liked what the John Deere tillage machine did. That worked really well, you know, preparing the seed bed. And this Case IH disc drill is working really well. Really like the air cart, having that much on board. There were versions we could buy, you know, smaller tanks just attached to the back, but I'm glad I spent the extra money on the air cart. So we're going to get the seed tender truck out here, get filled up again, and we'll get this field planted. Looks like we're probably about a third of the way done. So this will probably take the rest of the day. Coming up, I think we got some rain tonight. Let's take a look at the forecast. Just some rain tonight, and then tomorrow, looks like it'll dry up here, and we should be able to get into the cornfield. So you guys will see that in the second half of this video, and we'll see you guys tomorrow probably. Alright guys, welcome back. Just got done with our lunch break here, and we had to fill up some slurry tanks that just arrived. So we got those, a truck filled with 2 tankers full of slurry. It's the orange cat truck sitting there. So we got that all filled up. We need to fill up with some lime. We took a little break for lunch there. We got one more pass of lime to spread, and then we'll be on to putting slurry in that far east cornfield. Alright, let's get our flashers on here and head over there. We got basically just one more pass to go, and then we'll be all done with lime. Kind of just got that done. I needed a decent amount of lime. I had to fill up 3 or 4 times. So if we take a look, let's get over to our field here. We got just a pass on the north side here, so it's got all that lime. Everything's nice and balanced already, it looks like. And then we're actually going to put down slurry instead of doing anhydrous, because I kind of want to test this field out. Just do slurry, and we'll test out our new slurry trailer. Alright guys, so we made it over to the field. Let's get this unfolded. Set our cruise control. Got this one last pass to do, and then we should be all set. So that's about right where we want it. So with our new slurry trailer that we bought, we kind of upgraded, put a little bit different tool on it where it does more of a direct injection into the ground instead of just spreading it on top. So we'll see how it works. It does take a little more horsepower, holds a little bit more slurry. Like 4,000 or 5,000 liters more. So we're going to be using the T8 for that. So, which is good. We haven't used the T8 in a while. Right now we're using the T7. I love this Blue Power T7. So we will get back to the farm. We need to get that slurry tanker filled up, and then get the trucks over here, and then we'll be all set. There we go. I'll see you guys back on the farm. Alright folks, welcome back. We are in the T8 here. As you can see, we got our lime all finished up. We got a couple strips done here. We're going to start our back and forth paths with the slurry. So I started doing just every other one. I'm going to go down to the far end here where we started and work our way back. I think that'll be easier. The reason why is I started doing every other one was just because it's this trailer doesn't turn too sharp, and so it'll be a little bit easier just going with every other line. So let me see. The only bad part is I have to try and get lined up here and get the GPS set up. So I'm going to get that set up. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Alright guys, so we got it all set up. Go to the outside view here, show you guys. So this does more of a direct injection. I decided to switch to this because this tank holds a little bit more. Holds 34,500, I believe, liters. And so it'll hold a little bit more slurry. And then it doesn't spread it quite as wide, so you're not going to fill up every, one pass. I don't think we'd even make a full pass. So this works a little bit better, in my opinion. It takes a little bit longer, but you're not going to fill up every, single pass that you do. So we're going to keep going with this. I did have to switch this to the T8. I think the other tanker we would use the T7. But this one needs a little bit more horsepower. It's more direct injection into the ground and stuff. So this will work a little bit easier. Let's get ready for the turn here. So we'll have to come back around and get those other passes. Or get the end rows, I mean. That's what I was trying to say. Put this down. Alright, here we go. Looks like we're getting everything. Sorry I had to fill up quite a few times. If we take a look at our map, we can actually see how many liters we've used. So lime we used about 50,000 liters, not too bad. Slurry, 114,000 liters. And we got about halfway done, so we're going to use over 2,000 liters on this field. I did clear the yield map already, so you guys won't be able to see that. But the yields were typical. It was pretty good, 125, less in the worst soils. We add our nitrogen level, it's bringing it up to a decent amount. Looks like in the, I think 140. Yeah, all the way up to 140. So that's a pretty good range to have it in. And then once we plant next year, I don't think we're going to do winter wheat. We'll just wait till next year and plant, I think, corn in this field. And corn or soybeans? I think it's soybeans. We'll plant soybeans in this field, and we'll put the rest of the fertilizer on then. So we're in a little bit of dilemma with our money here, down to $33,000. I actually had to take out a little more out of the loan, and I'll show you that, guys, in a second. But we're kind of just waiting to see what we get from our harvest this fall. We have a decent amount of crops. Our yield is pretty good across the board, so we gotta wait and see what kind of prices we get. We gotta have canola and corn that will sell in the fall here, and then soybeans. We got a decent amount of soybeans, but we have to wait until next or this coming summer, I guess, to sell those, because that's when the price is highest. So the dilemma we kind of have is we don't have a planter for the springtime. Now we're doing one field of corn and then the rest soybeans. So with the soybeans, we can use the big seeder, with the air cart, and seed those fields. So we'll have to see how much money we make. I have an eye on a planter. I'm going to show it to you guys, because I know which planter I want. We got this one here. And we might do the Fendt version. But yeah, the Momentum 40 planter. The only problem is it requires 420 horsepower. This T8, it's only, I think it's a 380. Yeah, 380 horsepower. So we don't have quite enough horsepower to pull it with this tractor, which means we may need another planting tractor. We'll probably sell this one, get a planting tractor. So that's the issue we're coming into. So I have my eye on a couple planting tractors. There's 3 different kinds that I'm thinking about. None of them are New Holland, so we'll see what direction we want to go. The thing is, too, this seeder that I was looking at, or this planter I was looking at, can also seed. So we can plant corn, sunflower, soybeans. That's actually sugar beets, cotton, and then we can do our grains as well. So that's, I'm almost thinking it was a mistake to buy the seeder and air cart, the Case IH one, because that machine can do it all. So we might end up actually trading that in and using just that seeder. So the positives about the air cart, though, is that it can hold a lot more seed and fertilizer, and solid fertilizer, where I think that planter can just do seed. I think it can do liquid fertilizer. We may have to get some auxiliary tanks on the side of the tractor if we do that. So we'll see. I don't know how I feel about that. But we'll end up filling up a lot more often, isn't the only bad part. Alright, so we're out there. So let's get this folded up and head over to the tanker to get filled up with slurry again. So the positives about that, getting the Fendt Momentum, or the Massey Momentum planter, is that it can do all the jobs in one. It's the same width. That's another positive. So the only negative is that it holds a lot less, so we'll be refilling a little bit more. And we'll end up using liquid fertilizer instead. I don't find that as positive or negative, just different type, but still the same thing. But I have to fill up a lot more often. That's the only, negative to it. So we'll see. I got a lot to think about this winter, whether I want to, switch gears, maybe sell back that Case IH seeder, and then go with the Momentum one. And part of the reason why I have to sell it back is our finances. I'll show you guys that in a second here, but we have a bit of a loan, along with no money right now. So that's the kind of issue we're running into. Plus, I'd want a new planting tractor. I like this New Holland T8, but I'd like to go something a little bit newer. If we take a look here, you can see we're getting that all spread. We don't have too much left to do. if we take a look at our finances here, here's our loan right here, $400,000. We'll easily make that up with the harvest, but we won't have much left over. If we look at our gear here, try and do this alphabetically. Here's our Case IH Precision Disc. It's probably worth 161 now after using it. And then we got the Seed Tender. It's probably worth 60 grand. I'm not sure what that's actually called. Yeah, I couldn't find the name of it. So we could trade that back in, get that Flint one, and a new planting tractor. That may be the move to go. We'll see. And then that brings us to buying a new tractor as well. Total cost is going to be, a new planting tractor is going to be about $400,000, and that planter seeder was $230,000. I could go with the John Deere one. I was thinking about that, but because that's about $160, so it'd be quite a bit cheaper. But then we won't be able to seed with that, so there's that negative. Plus we'll have to fill out more, that whole thing. So so new planting tractor about $400,000 plus another $230. It's $630. If we take a look at our garage, we can probably sell off this for $175. So I'll take a good chunk out of it, and then I can probably just find this here. Look at that, $161.94. So I mean that would take a big chunk out of it. We won't end up spending near as much, but we'll have to see where we are, finance-wise, in the future. So that's all I got for you guys today. We did quite a bit of fall work, getting this field lined and getting some fertilizer in here for next year. We are gonna go over and harvest that other field yet. If we take a look, it's still got a couple days of growing, I think, since we planted it so late. That's what we'll be looking forward in the next video. So guys, don't forget to hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time on Flint Hills. Thanks for watching.